What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to this video. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that bell for more videos. We're going to be talking about crypto and pretty much a lot of things that's trading and investing related. In this video today, we're going to be talking about traditional staking versus liquid staking, you guys. What is staking? Why staking even exists in the first place, the difference between traditional staking and liquid staking, and the risks, rewards, and what's best depending on your goals, right? So let's get straight into this video, you guys. So why is staking even created in the first place, right? To understand staking, you first have to understand how the blockchains work, right? The first blockchain, which is Bitcoin, runs on something called a proof of work network, right? That means computers called miners solve complex math problems to secure the network and confirm transactions. But there's a problem. Proof of work uses a lot of energy and requires powerful machines. Not everyone can mine, and it's not very eco-friendly, right? So in 2012, developers came up with a new idea, and that is proof of stake, right? Instead of solving math problems, what if people secured the network by locking their coins as collateral? That's where staking was born. The first proof of stake coin was, I believe it was Purecoin in 2012. Later, networks like Cardano, Solana, and eventually Ethereum 2.0 adopted staking, right? The concept is simple. You lock up your coins. The blockchain uses your stake to validate transactions. You get rewarded in new coins for participating. You know, it's like earning interest on your savings account. Let's just go and break it down step by step, right? So here's staking, right? You choose a network like Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, right? You lock your tokens up into a validator or staking pool, right? For those of you who do not know what a validator is, I may make a video on that, but it's essentially somebody who's controlling the pool of coins, right? Your tokens help secure the network. They make sure transactions are valid. You earn staking rewards like 4 to 15% per year, depending on the network, right? But here's the catch. When you stake traditionally, your tokens are locked. That means if you stake 10 Ethereums, you can't sell, trade, or move the Ethereums until the lockup period is over. And sometimes these lockup periods are very long, you guys. And most networks have unbonded periods, basically a waiting time before you can withdraw. On Ethereum, it takes days. Like on Polkadot, it's like 28 days. On Cosmos, it's 21 days, right? I know I have experienced this myself when I first started testing, staking out myself. And that is one thing I do not like about staking. When you feel like you're just ready to sell, it takes so long for, the pool to unlock your coins, right? So why people don't like traditional staking? Well, I just gave you guys one, right? We're going to talk about more on why they don't like it, right? So here's the problems that people are running into with traditional staking, right? The number one problem is liquidity. Your funds are locked, so if the market pumps and you want to sell, you can't. You have to wait typically about 14 to 30 days, right? Unbonding delays. Even when you unstake, you may have to wait weeks before you get your coins back. Missed opportunities, right? While your coins are locked, you can't use them for DeFi, lending, or trading, right? So those are actually three big disadvantages, especially when you're talking about DeFi and lending, because I do believe that's going to be one of the bigger things in the future. People love loans, so of course, and they love to use their assets to get loans. So if you can use, your crypto to go get a loan, it's a no-brainer, right? So I do believe people are going to be using that very much in the future, you guys. So this is why a lot of people started looking into better solutions, and that's where staking, that's where liquid staking comes from, right? So liquid staking was invented to solve liquidity problems, right? Here's how it works. You will, Here's how it works. You still stake your coins through a protocol like Lido, Rocket Pool, or Coinbase staking service. In return, you receive a liquid staking token, a one-on-one representation of your stake coin. Stake Ethereum, get STETH, right? Staked Ethereum. Staked Solana, get MSOL, right? Staked Solana. Staked Polkadot, you get STDOT, right? Staked Polkadot, right? The liquid staking token keeps earning staking rewards. At the same time, you can use it in DeFi. You can trade it, you can lend it, and you can use it as collateral for borrowing, right? To get loans and stuff like that. So instead of your money being stuck, you now have the freedom to move it around. All right. Here's a real life example for you guys. Say you stake 10 Ethereums on Lido, LIDO, right? With traditional staking, those 10 Ethereums are locked for months. With liquid staking, you get 10 STETH coins, right? Those 10 coins keep earning you staking rewards. But you can also deposit it into Aave to borrow USDC against it. Or you can trade your staked Ethereum for Ethereum instantly if you need to be liquid, right? If you need to get your money back. So basically, you're earning rewards while still having flexibility. And this is huge, you guys. This is why I believe that coin called Hype, this is why like that coin is really taking off, and a lot of liquid staking coins are really taking off right now, right? So the risk of both approaches, right? Let's run down the risk of both approaches. Now let's talk about, the risk, right? Because this is where people usually have most of their questions. That's what we're going to have to talk about as well. We don't want to leave that out of this video, right? Now let's talk about risk, because this is where people have most of their questions. Risk of traditional staking, right? You lose access to your coins being locked up over a period. If the validator you stake with have any issues, misbehaves, you could be penalized as well, right? And then you can also miss trading opportunities, right? Now here's the other risk with liquid staking, right? There's a smart contract risk. Liquid staking protocols are cold, right? So if hacked, your funds are at risk. And that's one of the big things, obviously, with hackers and with crypto. That's one of the big things you always have to think about, right? Your funds being at risk, right? Depegging risk. Your staked Ethereum is supposed to equal 1 Ethereum, but in high volatility, it can trade at a discount. Centralized risk, right? If too much staking happens throughout one provider like Lido, it concentrates power, right? It gives those companies like Lido a little bit too much power, right? So which one is better, traditional or liquid staking? To answer this, it depends on you, right? If you're a long-term holder who doesn't really need to, take your coins in and out, traditional staking is much simpler and is less risky, right? But if you're an active DeFi user who wants to earn staking rewards and use your assets at the same time to, lending and borrowing and all of that other stuff, trading, then maybe liquid staking is going to be better for you, right? So that is pretty much the video, you guys. So to wrap this up, staking is how proof of stake blockchains secure themselves, and it rewards investors for participating, right? Traditional staking pretty much equals rewards, but locked coins. Liquid staking equals rewards plus flexibility, but with extra risk, right? So if you're brand new to crypto, I suggest you starting off small with staking to understand how it works. That's pretty much how I did it. I didn't lock up all of my portfolio all at once because I just wanted to test it out. Then when you get comfortable with DeFi, try exploring liquid staking for some opportunities, right? Now, I want to hear from you guys. Comment down below. What do you think about liquid staking? Is it the future of crypto, or do you prefer their traditional staking? And make sure, like I said, you guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more content, and just give me your thoughts down below. And also, if you guys have anything that you want to put me on, any new coins, any new plays, anything you want me to do a price prediction on, make sure y'all drop a comment down below as well, you guys. So appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.